Phil and Lil come tumbling out of the closet, fighting over a plunger, and they give the plunger to Betty, which she really loves, and Dee Dee says, "Oh look, Betty, isn't that sweet, a Mother's Day present?" Tommy then gives Dee Dee a flower, and she really likes it. Then Stu comes in from the garden and also gives her a flower. And she says, "Thank you, one from each of my men." Chucky then goes over to his dad and gives him a picture of his late mother. Chaz then looks sad and says, "Thank you, Chucky. We'll keep it in a safe place." This makes Chucky sad. And Tommy says, "What's wrong?" Chucky says, "I don't know. I thought it was a really pretty picture, but I guess my dad doesn't like it." Dee Dee then tells Chaz that she thinks it's time that he shared these things with Chucky. And Chaz says that he's scared if he does, that Chucky will miss his mother. And Dee Dee says, "Well, then you can miss her together." So Chaz takes the photo over to Chucky and says to him, "Chucky, this is your mummy." And he shows Chucky the things that belong to his late mother and explains to him what they are for. It then goes to a scene in Chaz's garden where he is showing Chucky a diary that his mother wrote. And he says that the last thing she wrote in it was a poem for Chucky, and she started to keep the diary when she was in the hospital. This indicates that Chucky's mother died from cancer. But Chaz reads the poem to Chucky, which basically explains that Chucky's mom really loves him and she will always be with him. That she is now in heaven, but can also come down to watch over him and be part of nature itself, which I think was a really sweet idea. This shows that even though Chucky's mother can't be with him physically, she still loves him, and she is there in the afterlife, in heaven, and as a part of a kind of reincarnation, and that she will always love him and be with him, and that her love will never leave. Overall, I really like this episode. It is actually one of my top favourite episodes. It's not my most favourite episode, but it's definitely in with the top 10. Regarding Stewie, and acorn nuts and diaper butts are tied for my favourite episode in first place. But this is definitely one of my favourite episodes. I think it's really sweet, and we finally get to see what happened to Chucky's mother, as it was never really mentioned. She was only briefly mentioned within the first series, and then she wasn't ever really mentioned again. It was just shown in series after the first one that he didn't have a mother. So I think this is a good episode for explaining what happened to Chucky's mother. Yes, it is a sad episode in some ways. Actually, in a lot of ways. And it is very sentimental. But it is also funny at the same time. It was very ahead of its time. And it shows that children do need to know about serious issues, because a lot of people will shield children from serious issues, but they do need to know about them. So I think this episode was a good way to show that, and it was very ahead of its time. It is good for both adults and children. It is a very good episode, very sweet and sentimental. It has its sad moments and also has its funny moments at the same time. It is a really good episode and one of the best episodes that was made. Angelica is only 1 year older than Chucky, and she would probably be able to remember Chucky's mother, which makes what she did to Chucky even worse. I think that is one of the worst things that Angelica has ever done. But it was a very good episode, very sweet and sentimental, very sad and touching, but funny at the same time. If you have not seen it yet, I would highly recommend watching it, and I would give it a 10 out of 10. So that's my video and my review. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it helpful and interesting in some way. So please post sweet comments, like and subscribe. Do not dislike or post any mean comments, because that's not very nice at all. And if you can't say anything nice, then don't say anything at all. Goodbye, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.